KCA.
Ocala.
All right, 6 minutes after 9 o'clock. It's a nice-looking Tuesday morning, and the 4th of July is behind us. And who knows what you're going to do today? Maybe go out into the garden. Carol Ann Baldwin is here to answer whatever questions you might have about gardening. And the phone number to be on the show is 622-9622. The show is called In the Garden with Carol Ann, appropriately enough. Good morning, Carol Ann.
Good morning, Larry. How are you this morning?
Did you go see fireworks last night?
No, I was actually home in time before that because of having to get up this morning and things like that. But that and worried about the dog freaking out.
Did you hear fireworks?
I heard. Heard fireworks all over the place.
I think there was some right outside my window.
It seemed like it. Yeah, it seemed like kind of go, and you want to almost go look in the front yard and see if they're not setting them off in your driveway.
Yeah, it was so loud. It was so loud.
Yes, there were some that were, people, for scaring crows out of the trees. It's amazing how many people have crows, because that's about the only way you can legally.
I see the tongue in your cheek. Yeah, I see. Do I have a question? I don't know if there's any need for an answer or not, because in my mind it doesn't seem like there is, but maybe there's something you can enlighten me on. I have in the front of my place, I had 3 bougainvillea, but now I only have 2, and this is because one year the lady across the street decided to take out the middle one.
Oh, okay. she borrowed that one.
I came home and it was gone. She was just tidying it up on my behalf.
Sure. And it actually gave them a little more room.
And So anyway, so there's this gap.
Right.
And I was going to ask you originally, what could I plant there that's not a bougainvillea? Like, could I plant a rose bush?
Right.
But then I said, you know what? Maybe I'll put a bird bath there.
There you go.
Okay.
Yeah.
So is there anything I need to know about a bird? It seems like a stupid question, but maybe there's something I don't know.
Well, actually, no, not really. I mean, it's not really a stupid question.
How do you pick a good bird?
A bird bath, you don't want it. You want to buy a bird bath. You don't want to buy the garbage can lid or just improvise, because they may be too deep or have too much drop. So the bird bath is actually just a shallow bowl that it's rough on the bottom so that they can stand without having a slip problem. We don't want the birds slipping and falling. But it gives them some grip to be able to maneuver. And when you placing it actually there with the bougainvillea is probably a really good idea, because the bougainvillea will give them cover. And a place to neighborhood cats, other say birds of prey coming after them,
right.
And so make a nice inviting place. It may shade it a little bit, keeping it as a nice cooler area. When you do the bird bath, remember though that you do need to clean them out regularly, and it might mean, especially when it's hot, that they're using them. Often you may need to just take a little brush it out, hose it out, fill it back up every morning or every afternoon, whatever's more convenient time-wise.
So birds find it. They know.
They will find it. They can find water.
Are they really bathing, or are they cooling down? What are they actually doing?
Well, probably a little bit of both, because you'll see them sometimes if you have a sprinkler on, like an oscillating sprinkler in a garden or anything that's throwing water in the air. They will fly through that. They'll sit on little trellises or anything and cool, and they'll flutter their wings out and things like that, and it's inviting for them. Plus other insects and things like that will also use it to get a little bit of water from it.
So is this another dumb question, or here, just let me ask it. Are the more do you get what you pay for? Like, if you get a cheap one, is it going to fall apart easy?
It could. I mean, if I were going to do one, actually, the
Never-
concrete
advice
ones,
on getting a bird bath.
concrete ones are actually not really that expensive when you realize so long as you don't drop that top, it's going to last for years. If you drop it could crack it in half.
Sure. So just get a
But
concrete
the
one.
concrete ones,
And
they're
they're-
heavy enough that they're going to
they're
stay
affordable.
put. They're affordable. You can take, you don't have to worry about scraping the painted surfaces off of them. You can, keep like a kitchen scrub brush. Just set it underneath there so it's handy. You don't
So
lose
today
it.
you start
and
at
you can
Lowe's.
just
Maybe I'll
sit
get it
there and
from
brushy,
Lowe's.
brushy, and be able to hose it out. You just want to take and be able to brush that out, rinse it out. Like I said, especially with our mosquito issue right now, you want to, keep that clean. But then again, the birds are also going to use the water with it as hot as it is.
Wow, $54 it says. That's how much they cost? $54?
But I mean, the
$54.
less expensive ones really aren't less expensive if you're
okay.
actually using it for a bird bath and not just for a little decorative piece in a garden. If you think about the
That
whole.
was sort of kind of the idea.
Well, it's both.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you're going to actually maintain it as a bird bath, it should be something that's going to be.
okay.
And the concrete ones usually are a little bit bigger than some of the others.
Here's
that
one
they
for
have more
$39.
space.
Here's one for $39.
There you go.
Looks nice.
See,
My birdies will have a place to take a bath.
that's it.
I don't have any birdies.
Oh, you will. Oh, there's birds in the neighborhood.
Oh, here's one that
so-
looks like a mushroom with a little gnome taking a break underneath it.
Now that one's I don't know, fiberglass or something like that.
Oh, you're
It's a little
familiar
bit
with
of
them?
that. Yeah.
Really?
I've seen them. I've been in that garden centers for a
Really?
while.
I got my son and his wife one year, a really nice one with these two little kids playing. It's like a fountain, but it has a motor, which I
Yeah.
thought, wow, that's got to have a wire out in the rain. Then
Yeah, but they're exterior grade electric cords and things like that for that. So yeah, those are more of a fountain kind of thing. And I mean, there's some of the fountains that do sort of act like a bird bath. That birds will come and visit those too because they'll have a little lip on them. They'll come and drink from them. A little more of just they're decorative and sound. More for our for our pleasure.
So I'm
than
going to
the
get a
birds.
bird bath.
You're gonna get a bird bath.
So when the little vines that are a pain, well, they're kind of pretty, the vines.
Right.
When they start wrapping around the bird bath, do I just let them do their thing?
No, I would
No?
cut them off. I would cut them off.
Wouldn't it be
because
pretty,
you don't,
though?
it would, but it may encroach on that. And
Well, just don't let it get that far. But if it's around the bottom,
if it's around the bottom, it's okay.
because you know my what's that other plant I have called the Sega palm.
yeah.
Okay, that now has the vines
Twining
on
through
the- on
it,
the-
on the trunk.
the trunk of
Right.
Thank you. And it kind of looks pretty.
Yeah, but they'll choke it. They'll
They
get
will?
around-
They're not good for
they'll
it,
get- No, they intertwine in there. They're hard to get out of there, and they'll cover up the top of it and be a pain in the neck. And
The heat
spray.
index is in the news today because
it's supposed to. This whole week is supposed to
112.
be very, very hot. Yeah,
112.
So if you have to be outside, limit it. Drink your water. If you're going outside, drink water before you go out there. Drink water while you're out there. Don't make yourself sick just for the purpose of being outside.
Yeah.
It's get in the pool, run the sprinkler. Gardening and getting wet can it's
I had
you put the
ambitions.
sprinkler on while you're gardening and it feels good.
I had ambitions yesterday of going to Garden Country Day, but I was so hot. I just didn't want to go anywhere.
I can imagine. Yeah. See, I went to a beautiful wedding yesterday.
Oh,
so
that's
that
right. I
was-
saw you posted that. Was it outdoor or indoor?
Yes, it was outside. It was outside by the pool and very nice, very nice. So I wish Alan and Sheila many, many years of wedded bliss. So
It's always a good thing.
always a good thing. Yeah.
So 82 degrees right now. 95 is the heat index right now.
Right now, so it's 82 out, but
Feels like
feel
95.
like 95. And right, and our heat index is, as far as I know, this week is just supposed to get hotter throughout the week
Yeah.
with a very low chance of rain. So you're going to need to irrigate probably in your gardens more than maybe you would have. So keep an eye on that.
All right. We'll take a little break and we'll be right back. I think the phone just started ringing, so hang in there. We'll take your calls after the break. If you want to call, you are certainly welcome to. The number is 622-9622. We'll be right back with Carol Ann in the garden with Carol Ann.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. On this Tuesday, partly sunny. Watch out for a thunderstorm this afternoon. The high 92 to 96. And partly cloudy, warm and muggy Tuesday night, though 74 to 78. For Wednesday and Thursday, partly sunny with a chance of a thunderstorm each day, mainly during the afternoon hours over the interior. The high both days between 93 and 97. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
Hi, this is JP from Penn Flooring here in Ocala. I would like to invite you to come in and visit our spacious showroom where we have solutions for every style and budget. From wall-to-wall carpet to hardwood floors and tiles, we have an unsurpassed selection of flooring. At Penn Flooring, we've provided quality customer service with a family touch for over 25 years. Visit our website at pennflooring.com or come by our showroom, 1201 Southwest 17th Street, just over the bridge. Penn Flooring, quality customer service with a family touch.
That was the sound of a tree falling. It could be your tree. You're going to have it trimmed, but never got around to calling Pride Tree Service. It could have fallen in a field, and now all you have to do is call Pride Tree Service, and they'll have it quickly out of the way for a great price. But don't wait until the tree falls. It may not fall in the field. It may hit your car, your house, or worse. So call Pride Tree Service today and avoid all those headaches before they happen. Pride Tree Service, 572-2510. That's 572-2510.
Hi, this is Brad. I want to take a moment to talk about a serious issue. In the next 5 years, the aviation industry is projected to have a shortage of commercial pilots. Now is the time to start training. Ocala Flying Club has started a scholarship for the youth of Marion County ages 17 to 24. The club will donate up to $4,000 towards a pilot's license. This will help get the student on their way to obtaining their commercial pilot license. If this sounds like something you would be interested in, or if you know someone that would be, please contact Ocala Aviation Services, 861-7484.
All right, 17 minutes after 9 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in. Right now, 82 degrees. Feels like 95 degrees. The record for today was 94. And now they're saying we're going to reach 94 today. So we might reach the same record high. Right. The record low for today, by the way, was 74.
Wow.
Yeah,
they must have been having a hurricane or
something. That was 1984. The record high was 1998. You do have a phone call, Carol Ann. Right. Let's take that call. Good morning. You're on the air with Carol Ann.
Good morning, Carol Ann.
Morning.
Larry. I've heard me talk about the bird bath, and I have a cement one. Suggestion is I got one of those, it looks like 18 by 18 square, like a patio block.
Right.
And I put that down, and then I put the base on top of that, and it seems to give it more stability. And it's been here even during the hurricanes. It never blew away.
Great.
So
that's a good idea.
It's got a lot to be said for cement.
Yeah, that's true.
The other thing is, I enjoy seeing the birds come and go when bathing themselves or
sure.
Splashing around.
Oh yeah.
The only thing I don't care for is when the crows show up. Somebody gives them bread or something, and they dunk it in the water to soften it up.
Oh, really?
And they wind up leaving most of it there, so then you got to clean that out. But I found keeping it clean isn't that big a deal.
No.
I just spray it with the hose, and get on high pressure, and wash it out. The only thing is, I do it on a regular basis.
You're right.
And then with this sun, the water doesn't stay in there too long. Between the birds and the sun, just evaporates. 1,
sure.
2, 3. So anyway, that's my experience. I've had this bird bath since I'm living here.
Great.
And I enjoy watching the birds doing their things.
Great. Yeah, and that's a great tip though, to put it on the concrete paver stone. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like they're like 18 by 18. They
right.
I guess bigger, but I got this one, and it makes a big difference.
Sure.
Keeping it level.
Right.
Especially when you're filling it with water, you're always wetting the ground around it, so
yeah,
it has a tendency to move one way or the other.
Right, yeah, and like you say, yeah, it's not, because it's heavy too. When you first put it in there, it's apt to sink some until the weight got it. So if with the pad underneath there, it distributes that weight over a wider area and makes it easier to keep it nice and level.
Yep, sure does. Well,
Great.
Anyway, that's my 2 cents on bird baths. I just keep it with water and enjoy the birds.
There you go.
The other day it was a dry spell, and I was out there, and it was interesting to see the wasp and some other flying critters drinking from the bird bath.
Oh yeah,
Literally could see them with their proboscis or whatever.
Going out and sipping water. Yeah.
Taking up the water.
Oh, they sure will. Yeah, that's what I say. That when you put a bird bath in, you do, you are inviting other creatures in, and unlike feeding them, at least it's not making a mess or starting, or getting a habit of something.
Exactly.
The water is great to have the water.
Is, you'll see if you got squirrels around there, you'll see them occasionally going for a drink.
Oh, sure. Everybody will partake some water.
Everybody loves water.
Well, that's it on bird baths. Good day.
Thanks, Sonny. There you go. Yeah.
I just think it's going to be in a bad place. I'm not going to be able to see any of that happening because it's not in a
where you sit.
Yeah, I got to put it someplace I can see it.
Yeah, that's usually the better thing to do. But though your selection of a place is a good place, that just this time of year, who's going to sit outside? It's too hot. At least right now. We'll get through this. I think this is just going to be one of those summers. It's going to be a hot one. We actually had a nice spring.
We did. We had a really good spring.
We really did. And everybody goes, "Oh yeah, what the 3.5 days of it?" And no, we actually had March, April, and May that were a springtime for Central Florida. That was spring, and it did last for 3 months. Soon as Memorial Day hit, though, boom, summertime was here, and you got to take care of yourself. If you can take care of the creatures out there, the bird with a bird bath and things like that, that's great. I'm not so much into feeders because then people do get upset that the squirrels come, tear into the feeders, spill seed all over. You end up with the volunteer plants from the seed that even the birds scatter around.
The volunteer plants?
Volunteer plants, because that seed will germinate once it hits the ground and gets watered and rained on and things like that. Next thing you know, you got millet growing up somewhere under the feeder or sunflowers, and that may not be what you're wanting to have underneath there, or again the squirrels or the crows coming in and disrupting what you're after. So to me, just having a bird bath. Some people like to put in a butterfly bath, a butterfly water area, which is kind of like a bird bath, but it's filled with sand or stones, pebbles, so that they're up above the water, so that the butterflies or bees or wasps or anything else coming in search of water can actually rest above the water and be able to drink also. That some people put those throughout the garden too, as just another added way. Just being careful this year in particular, until they're doing some more research on that mosquito that's carrying the Zika virus and things like that. Is do scout your yard for standing water, clean those bird baths on a regular basis. If you're going to be out of town, have somebody, after it rains, go through your yard, make sure you don't have saucers of water under your plants sitting. I know we're all worried that we're not getting rain in between. I know I haven't had a whole lot of rain at my house recently. We've gotten a couple showers, but it seems like we're in one of those dry pockets, which happens every few years. Seems like everybody around us gets rain but us. But just going around and taking a look, or if you're turning your sprinklers on or you're turning your hose on, that you're not filling up areas and encouraging mosquito breeding areas. Water early in the morning so that as the sun comes up, it's drying immediately. I mean, we think, oh, well, you want moisture longer. No, it's just water early. Again, having your sprinklers turn off by about 6 a.m. and that way as that sun comes up, it's drying immediately, because the grass will actually stay wet till about 9:30 or 10 o'clock. So you want it to dry quickly.
That's absolutely true, because I cut my grass this Sunday. I think it was Sunday I cut my grass, and I had to wait for it to dry. Actually, I didn't wait for it to dry completely.
Right. Well, because then it starts to get too hot.
Oh yeah, it was hot.
It's just
man.
It's.
I don't have much, but I sometimes do it in 2 shifts.
Yeah, just because it's, well, you have to stop. And again, when it's as hot as it is, you need to. Like you say, it's not, you don't have a big yard, you have a lot in a mobile home community.
Right.
So everybody knows the size of those are about a postage stamp, but still, you need to stop and get a cold drink.
Yeah, but don't forget, it's 94 feels like 104.
Right, so you
and
need
I'm
to stop
61 feeling like 104.
And you're 6 foot 7 or whatever, and so the heat.
I have the age index going on with me. Yes, it's when it gets that hot out.
It's true, and you do need to stop and have a drink of water, cool down. It's better for yourself. It's everything stresses when that temperature starts to get real warm. So take care of yourself, take care of your plants. If your plants aren't mulched, put some mulch down before you water.
And you have a phone call. Good morning. You're on the air with Carol Ann.
Hi.
Hi.
Marshall just went out and he said we're having a problem with stink bugs
Uh-huh.
and our hibiscus.
Okay.
And they're kind of around the base. What do we do about that?
You can either try, with your gloves, because they're kind of spiny, you can gather them up. They're not super fast, and throw them in a jar, with some soapy water in it. Or that way's the least the least toxic way. I don't think too many of the organics are going to do much for them just because organic materials are just not real strong, and not they're more of a contact control. And then if you're not looking to use too much chemicals, especially with heat and things like that, you're stepping up to something stronger in order to get rid of them. I would probably try to do the hand gather thing.
Okay.
Get out early while it's cool. I know it sounds funny when I say when it's cooler. 76 degrees is cool, but they actually do move slower when it's cool out. Or in that early morning.
Oh, okay. But it's not terrible right now, I hear.
No, if you got a little shade, it's not too bad.
Camellias. Is it too late to prune?
Yeah, I would do whatever pruning you may need to do. I would get it done, because usually it is, we just passed July 4th. That's one of those cutoff dates on things that are setting bud for next winter.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, if you've got to do anything, get it done. Get it done now. Don't put it off.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you, Carolyn.
You're welcome. Bye-bye. Yeah, I had forgotten about that we have, those cutoff.
The stink bug only stinks when you kill it, right?
Usually, right, when you go to crush it or something like that, and it's like, they
I wonder what they think about being called a stink bug.
Maybe some of them have the leaf-footed stink bug, and then there are some predatory stink bugs.
Wasn't that what I saw on my screen, the leaf-footed?
Yeah, it was
something?
the leaf-footed, yeah. And then there's some of the other bugs that sort of look like them, and you get the mistaken identity kind of thing, or the predatory stink bugs look very much like the other ones. So it's unless you see them being predacious.
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 It's a new word for me.
Yeah, big word.
I have to look it up.
The act of being predatory.
Oh,
being
okay.
a predator.
Okay. All right.
So, just, go after. A lot of times that's the easiest way with it. As hot as it is, it is really hard to use any pesticide, because the temperatures and things like that. One, you have that possibility of burning your plants. If you use them, especially, during the day, the sun shining on them. Plus, with the heat, those chemicals actually break down rather quickly. Same way with the organic products, oil sprays and things like that. You'll just fry your plants. It's people say, well, I used an organic, I used an oil spray, and I killed my plants. Well, yeah, oil and sunlight and heat just cook your plants. What people think of mild dish detergent type things. If you use too much dish detergent in your soap spray, you actually remove that waxy cuticle off of the leaf, exposing it to too harsh of light, hence burning your plants up. So use any of those kind of things this time of year with caution.
We're up against the break. We have a half hour left in the show. If you want to call in, you're certainly welcome to do that. It can be about your lawn, your garden, your mulch, what am I going to get? A bird feeder, bird bath.
Yep.
Today, by the way, is National Bikini Day. Just a thought. National Graham Cracker and National Apple Turnover Day also.
So you get
3 good things.
I was going to say, yeah.
3 for 3, not bad
nice,
things.
yeah.
We'll be right back.
Bye-bye.
Fox News Radio, I'm Pat O'Neill. President Obama joins presumptive Democratic nominee Hillary Clinton on the campaign trail today, heading to Charlotte, North Carolina on Air Force One.
At around $200,000 an hour. It's also not cheap. And Republican rival Donald Trump tweeting, why is President Obama allowed to use Air Force One on the campaign trail with crooked Hillary? The Obama administration says it will follow all rules and regulations to ensure that the DNC or other relevant political committee pays what is required.
Fox's Rachel Sutherland. A new investigation says there were lots of intelligence failures before last year's Paris attacks that killed 147. The probe found that all the attackers have been known to authorities. After a 5-year trip, NASA's Juno spacecraft is now orbiting Jupiter. Project manager Rick Nybakken.
We prepared a contingency communications procedure, and guess what? We don't need that anymore.
Juno will orbit Jupiter for almost 2 years. Fox News, we report, you decide.
Cold weather slows your battery down. But if it's hot enough to cook breakfast on your hood, your battery could be toast. So pick up a Napa Legend battery today, and you'll get a $15 rebate Visa card by mail. That's $15 back and a new battery. In case your old one gets fried. That's Napa Know-How. At participating Napa Auto Parts stores. Some exclusions apply. Offer expires 7/31/16.
I'm Rob Gronkowski. When the little voice in my stomach gets hungry, he doesn't just whisper. He yells, "We need all-natural Alberto beef jerky." So next time the little voice in your stomach asks for a snack, grab the most delicious lean protein on the planet, Alberto beef jerky. Each package is loaded with savory cuts of lean beef. Listen to me and pick up some all-natural Alberto beef jerky.
Alberto beef jerky. You get out what you put in.
Refers to Alberto's all-natural line of beef jerkies. Minimally processed, no artificial ingredients.
Yeah, I'm that drip coming down from the corner of the room. But where did I come from? I'll never tell.
Bone Dry Roofing can and will fix it right the first time using quality materials and will deal honestly and fairly with you, period. You can find Bone Dry Roofing on their website, bonedryroofingllc.com, and Facebook at Bone Dry Roofing LLC. Do it right before your roof needs a tarp to keep the elements out. Bone Dry Roofing stands behind their work to help make your home safe and secure. Plus, they have financing available. Remember, if you're not bone dry, then you're all wet.
Hi, I'm Big Daddy Don Garlitz, asking you to support adoption by purchasing a Choose Life license plate from your county tag office. You know it costs a lot to give a child life. Many times a woman is forced to make a bad choice because of financial pressures. Help save the lives of the unborn children by aiding women whom choose life instead of abortion. Take a stand for life. Purchase your Choose Life license plate today. For more information, go to chooselife.org or call 352-624-2854.
Cookies, 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 cookies. We go cookie eating cookies.
When you want something special and fun for any occasion, get cookies. King Cookie in the Paddock Mall in Ocala will make a delicious, fun-filled delight just for you. So next time you're in the mall, stop by King Cookie or call 352-237-2557. KingCookieOcala.com. Customized cookies, cakes, and more. King Cookie.
Eating cookies. We're so happy eating cookies. Cookies!
Career Source, Citrus, Levy, Marion brings together business and community partners, economic development leaders, and educational providers to connect employers with qualified, skilled talent and job seekers with employment and career development opportunities. Tune in the first and third Wednesday of each month at 9:30 a.m. to Career Source, Citrus, Levy, Marion, and learn how they can help you.
New windows will beautify your home and bring you immediate energy savings. Renewal by Andersen of Central Florida leads the way in quality and installs the name brand homeowners trust. Visit renewalbyandersen.com for a free in-home consultation with the pros. Right now, buy 4 windows and get the 5th free. Plus, no money down, 0% interest, and 0 payments for 12 months with approved credit. Visit renewalbyandersen.com. That's renewalbyandersen.com. Offer ends July 31st. License CGC 1523333.
All right, depending on which website you look at, it's 84 degrees or 82 degrees. I'm not really sure which one, but they both seem to agree that the heat index is 95. So
That's all that really matters, is that it's darn hot outside.
Yeah.
Just,
wow.
yeah.
feels like 95, really, right now.
And it's not even 10 a.m. I mean, that's just. It's going to be one of those hot summers. So far, at least the storm season hasn't kicked up too much, and
no,
at least I don't know whether or not it's just the temperatures, the water temperatures further out there, or
we just take it for when they say it's the El Nino, it's the La Nina, El Nino, whatever they say. We just okay.
Yeah, well,
we don't really know what that
understand.
means.
We as laymen don't fully understand what that means. It's just more of a, we know that when water temperatures get above certain, over 80 degrees, that's one of the contributing factors to, hurricanes and things like that. And certain weather patterns off the coasts, but whatever they.
What do you do with the heat index information, though? I mean. How do you adjust your behavior based on that?
Well, when you know it in advance of knowing that it's all over the news that it's going to be hot all week long with heat indices way over 100 degrees, is you may change your thing of going, you know what, I think tennis is out this week, or at least during the day. It might be that if you can get a game in the morning or something later in the evening. Hydrating yourself beforehand is just as important as hydrating during the activity and after the activity.
Good point, yeah.
Is going out, if you know you're going to be going outside, in the morning, when you're having that cup of coffee, before you go out there, drink a glass of water. I think they always used to recommend like every 20 minutes you're drinking 2 ounces.
Have you ever heard that if you are thirsty, you've waited too long?
Right. Yeah, that it's if you actually begin to feel thirst, it means you're already in that beginning dehydration period, and it takes longer to get rehydrated. If you're out with somebody who seems to be getting weak or signs of overexposure, get them somewhere cool. Put the cold, damp towel around the neck, on the wrists, running cold water, or just tap water over the forearm is a good way to help cool the body down.
Do you know what you're saying right now? And I can't swear that this is true, but in New York City, where there was like virtually no place to cool down,
right?
They used to say if you just go to a fountain and just get your wrists wet,
just wet your
you'll
arms,
cool.
Yeah. Yes,
That's what they. And I tried it, and I was like,
it does. It works.
Okay, my wrists are wet, and I don't feel any better.
But it's just moreover, you need to run it over there a few moments, or keep, put your hands underwater for a little bit, because you figure those arteries go back and forth. Up and down, but it works for me, because if I'm hot at
so you
work,
got to keep them in the water longer.
I just take and hose my arms down, my forearms, and
it makes a difference.
Yeah. So that or the wet towel around the neck, that helps.
It's the one thing. It's one thing about being in any city is that you find yourself. I mean, unless you have an office to go to, but I mean, if you're out on the streets, it's like holy mackerel.
Where do you go? Like, or if you have to
even
walk
in a theme
from point A
park,
to
you're in a theme park.
Yeah.
You know how hot those things get. Oh my gosh! And did you see there was a 5-hour line at Frozen? It's called Frozen, but they're standing in the heat.
In order to get in.
5 hours,
That's
Carol-Ann.
crazy. Yeah, that's when you sort of go, no, that's
for what, a 10-minute ride, if that?
Yeah. Yeah, is it really worth it?
No.
Yeah, another thing that works really well, and of course it doesn't sound like we're on a garden. It sounds like we're how to stay cool in summer's in Florida's summer's heat.
Yeah.
But is the Mister bottle? You don't need anything fancy. You don't need the ones with the fans on it. You get yourself a quart or whatever's convenient to carry around. Put in your garden bucket, your backpack if you're taking a walk. Fill it full of water. You could even put ice cubes in it, and spritz yourself, spritz your face and your arms and things like that. It will help to cool you down.
I think so. We do have a phone call coming in. Right. Let's take that call. Good morning. You're on the air with Carol-Ann.
Yeah, good morning, guys.
Morning.
See, I did a number on my juniper evergreens. I had that little raccoon, like a little thing, a caterpillar.
Oh, yeah, you had the bagworms, yeah.
Yeah. So I went out and bought a product, and I believe I listened to the directions on it, and I sprayed it pretty good. And I don't know, all of a sudden, in a matter of a few weeks, about a third or a half of my evergreens are yellow. They're dead. So I got green and yellow in combination. So can I go in there and snip that dead stuff off, or will the green come back?
I would give it a little time and see if the green doesn't come back. We might have been a little hot for them, and some of those things will tell you that a temporary yellowing may occur. Is it yellow or off color, or have they turned brown?
Well, they're brown. They're dead. I would say probably close to half of the bush is green and the other half is brown.
Oh.
So I was thinking of going in there and maybe snipping that off and hoping that some new stuff would come back.
Yeah, some new will grow in. You might snip out the worst part of it and then maybe just leave a little bit for an extra, we can see if some of that doesn't, so that you're not totally, cutting a bunch of it off. Like I said, it might have been just with how hot we've been, it's hard to, hard to judge when you can actually put down a pesticide, and those little bagworms are tough to kill. And so the products used to kill them usually have a tendency to be a little stronger than some of the others.
Yeah, I probably went a little overboard and sprayed too much on it, But I got rid of the worms and I got rid of half the bush too at the same time.
Got a little damage done too. Yeah, you can go in and snip them off, and some new growth should come on them.
Would it help to throw maybe a little extra watering in there and a little fertilizer?
Oh, I would. Yeah, I would put some water to them. If you haven't fertilized them in a while, sure, a little extra fertilizer. Give them a little dose. Don't go too heavy. Again, it's hot out. You're usually in an area that you get some good amount of rain. I don't know if you have been or not, but you don't want it to run off. So you just put enough on that they'll take it up rather easily without having a whole lot of excess.
Yeah, we were kind of like, I heard you talk a little bit ago about you weren't getting a heck of a lot of rain in your side of town.
Right.
We're pretty much the same over here. Saturday, I was down on Pine and in the boulevard there, and I mean it rained. I would say there probably was at least 2 inches of rain in a half an hour. And I'd come driving back home here out to Silver Springs, and I didn't even have anything in my gauge. All the roads were wet, but the gauge was empty, so it was how spotty that is.
Right. Yeah, and that's how we get it. I mean, you can hit one. Yeah, you can be 2 miles away, and suddenly it ended. You can actually almost see it on the sidewalk in the street. That's as far as that rain went, and.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, I'll go out there and do some snipping and see if I can make it look a little better, and hopefully it'll all come back. They're such a beautiful bush, the junipers. They're the stuff that's still alive is brilliant green. It's wonderful, but it's right next to the brown.
Right. So it sounds like you might have just gotten a little overspray in some of those areas that you sprayed and maybe came back and sprayed that spot again. It might have been just a little bit too much.
Exactly. That's what my wife says too. She says everything you do, you overkill. You do too much. That goes to everything, not just plant life. I learn your lesson the hard way, I guess.
Right. Okay,
take care. Thank you. Take care.
You're welcome. Have a good day.
The algae bloom that's in the news.
Yeah.
Is that anything we need to worry about? That's only if you're swimming, right?
If you're swimming, if there's, we worry about, fish kills, and apparently the manatees are doing some struggling on that. And I guess it came out of that the Corps of Engineers dumped a bunch of water out of Lake Okeechobee.
Oh, that's what caused it?
That's what they're figuring caused it, is that was a lot of, they say it's nutrient rich, which, the Lake Okeechobee is a giant filter. And at this time of year, when heavy rains start coming in, they've got to bring that level down some in order to be able to handle if hurricanes come in or the heavy rains that come in, because that takes a lot of that runoff. And some of that is from fertilizer runoffs and things like that end up in that water, that then when they have to do a down draw, it just throws all that nutrient into the estuaries and things like that.
Do you hear music?
Yes, I do.
So Kathy Snyder posted on your Facebook page, In the Garden, the In the Garden Facebook page, a beautiful picture of a butterfly. And this is what she writes. Nice butterfly catch this morning, listening to In the Garden while watering the last of the peppers, celery, longevity spinach, and new starts of purple hyacinth vine.
There you go. Wow.
Are you looking at the
busy.
same?
I need to bring it. I need to bring it up.
Bring it up. Well, we'll take a little break right now. And boy, that's a nice looking butterfly. Is that a monarch? Can you see it?
I'm bringing it up. It kind of looked like it was. Oops, it's supposed to be coming up.
When you get it, one of the plants on the bottom middle, I had that in my yard, and I rolled over it with a lawnmower.
Oops.
Maybe I shouldn't have done that. All right, we'll take a little break. We'll be right back with Caroline. Got 15 minutes left in this program. The phone number is 622-9622, and we'd love hearing from you. We'll be right back.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. On this Tuesday, partly sunny. Watch out for a thunderstorm this afternoon. The high 92 to 96. And partly cloudy, warm and muggy Tuesday night, though 74 to 78. For Wednesday and Thursday, partly sunny with a chance of a thunderstorm each day, mainly during the afternoon hours over the interior. The high both days between 93 and 97. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
Here's what you may have missed on the John Tesh Radio Show.
Place the back of your hand on the ground. If you can't hold it for 5 seconds, it's too hot for your dog to walk on. Good skin bacteria can improve our appearance, apparently, and relieve conditions like acne and psoriasis. Women want men who are willing to open up and share themselves. So include some action photos that show off your passions. Shots of you hiking, playing piano, playing softball with your buddies.
Intelligence for your life on the John Tesh Radio Show. Don't miss this stuff.
Don't get caught without your daily source of senior deals. Pick up your copy of the Senior Voice newspaper. It's your source for schedule and events tailored to seniors, with information you need, like a list of free events in the area. We even have Tom's Picks, a free referral for people who are looking for a company to do work for them. Tom's Picks will refer the company to you that fits your needs, and all we ask in return is that you tell them where you heard about them. For more information, call Tom's Picks, 352-804-1223. And pick up your copy of the Senior's Voice at most any business up and down the 200 corridor.
Now read Ocala Downtown newspaper online.
This is Kendall Carpenter with Golden Ocala Golf and Equestrian Club. I want to introduce you to the finest equestrian opportunity available. If you love horses and enjoy Central Florida's mild climate and rich rolling landscape, come explore Golden Ocala. Bridle trails weave their way through this stunningly beautiful community of stately homes. Our state-of-the-art equestrian center will meet all of your equestrian needs with style. Visit us at goldenocala.com.
Need to sell your house? Discover how to easily sell your house fast and for full price in today's market. Join us live this Friday, 9:30 a.m. for Mr. Ocala Real Estate Today. Sell your house now. Full price, fast close. Guaranteed. Call 352-282-3080. 352-282-3080. And join us live right here, 9:30 a.m. Friday.
Putting the local back into radio. 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. WOCA News. Variety. Information. Now. Keep your arms and legs on the inside at all times.
The most trusted name in news, Fox News, every half hour, only on 96.3 FM, 1370 AM, The Source.
WOCA. All right, another degree warmer. It's 85 degrees now. Let's return to Caroline Baldwin in the garden with Caroline. Remember, the phone lines are open so that you can call in. The number is 622-9622.
There we go. And we got some great pictures. So if anybody, if you're on Facebook.
That's nice. I like that.
Yeah, that is a nice collage.
It's a nice thing that the radio show works with the Facebook page.
And that's that Facebook page. I created it for that so that if somebody maybe they took a picture and they can't get in and get it, or they don't have time to call, they're not in a place that they can call.
Does this mean we're getting older? The fact that we want to post pictures of our yards.
Oh, I don't know. It depends on what you're doing. I mean, at least
I want to do this.
I mean, I have some friends that still post pictures of what they're having for dinner, and it's like, really?
What are they having for dinner?
Yeah, it's you didn't invite me, so why are you posting pictures? But I might want to see the table spread, but I don't want to see what's on your plate. Ew, it doesn't look near as appetizing. But no, the In the Garden page, it's a closed group. Only bit that way, it's a little easier to monitor. That I'm not going to have people coming in doing advertising and things like that for their own gain.
That's why you keep it
that's why you do it
invite only, right?
Right, it's by invite. Well, I mean, you can come in and you can ask to join, and I'm going to say, yeah, sure. I may look at your go back and take a look and see who you are just to make sure you're not a business or something that's going to be wanting to post stuff that's irrelevant to
gardening. And if they turn out that they are,
I can get rid of it.
Yep.
So that way it makes it nice and easy. But if you're on Facebook and you've got to you go onto the groups and look for In the Garden, you'll find us. It's got a picture of a fairy garden as its
the fairy garden.
yeah, it's a fairy garden as its backdrop picture.
Looks like you have a phone call coming in. Let me answer the phone and say good morning. You're on the air with Carol Ann.
Good morning. This is Sonny again.
Yeah.
I just noticed that I got quite a few grasshoppers again in the yard.
Yeah.
And what damage they do? I'm just curious.
Oh, they can be voracious eaters of grass, of plant material, your landscape plants. They are voracious eaters, especially the big ones.
Yeah, well, so far seem to be doing all right, but then I still got to mow it. So
Yeah.
I'm still not eating enough.
Well, that's depends on what you say. Yeah, the grasshoppers this year, again, it's another one of those years we're having those. They had all the great big grasshoppers out there on Baseline Road a few weeks back. A whole bunch of the brown ones over there at that golf park subdivision. They weren't sure whether or not they were coming from where they're building that expansion of that road. But I think golf park's a little far away from that. I think it's just a big hatching. Yesterday I went out for a morning walk up 32nd Street, and the distance I went, I saw a whole lot of lubber grasshoppers as well as the tan grasshopper. I think we're just got a big batch of them this year. They're really not recommending you going out and spraying for them, only because the birds are eating them. They will eat them, and spraying them, we don't want to be poisoning the birds. So hopefully the birds will take care of them.
Birds right now, and they're not even bothering them.
They're a little too hot to eat right yet. Maybe they're having a few of them, but the university and extension is recommending using what they call no-low bait, NOLO, for anybody else who may be listening and wanting to control them. And that's something that you're probably going to have to buy online. I don't know, maybe Seminole Feed might be trying to get some in, or if any of the local independent retailers, the big box stores aren't going to have it, but maybe some of the independent retailers, hearing of the problem, may have gone ahead and brought some in. I don't know if anybody does know. Let me know. We'd sure like to send the business their way.
Another flock go flying by.
A flock of them?
I thought, yeah. They're out here in numbers.
Yeah, wow. You better quit feeding your birds and encourage them to eat the grasshoppers.
All right, thank you, and have a good day.
Thanks, Sonny. Yeah, that's been another issue this year. Again, I think we've just we're having one of the. We didn't get the love bugs.
Right.
But who knows what'll happen now this fall? That we have had a big influx of the grasshoppers. We've had the high heat indices, the high humidity. Trying to remember what else was in pretty great numbers. I know the grasshoppers. So do watch, and if you are out, like I said, I know the no-low bait is available online, and they do ship that stuff rather quickly to you. It's not something that's going to be harmful to other creatures that eat the grasshopper with that, but it does help to reduce the population. It doesn't, unfortunately, if you're the only house in your neighborhood that does it, you may not see a whole lot of effect, only because it does take, larger areas to be controlled, but it may help, for, over a course of time.
I have an orchid question.
Okay.
There was a story, this was maybe a year ago, about a guy who got in big trouble for bringing an orchid into this country.
Oh.
I mean, super big, like he's going to spend lots of time in jail.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Are you familiar with that? Those stupid laws?
I know there's the rules and regulations about transporting.
Okay, but here's my question. Could you grow that same orchid here? I mean, could you get the seed and grow it legally without being in trouble?
If you ordered it from a legal importer, there's import regulations and things like that on certain plants and certain seeds that if you go through the proper channels, sure. I mean, you're not, there's, if you ever look at seed catalogs and things like that, they'll ship them to all the continental United States, but they won't ship to Alaska, Hawaii, certain or Puerto Rico and Hawaii.
Don't ship them, but could you grow them?
Only if you could legally get the items. Some items are not allowed to be shipped to certain areas, only because they will either be a pest problem. They could be that they're detrimental somehow other to the environment or
Isn't
to
it
other.
weird? I just, all right, real quick, I just Googled illegal orchids, and this says a thriving and illegal trade in Southeast Asia's threatened and rare orchids is going largely unnoticed, and it goes on and on and on.
Right.
But why? I mean, why is this flower so illegal?
It's because it's threatened, and so
Well, wouldn't it be less threatened if we were growing them?
Well, apparently they don't grow quickly enough. And so it's something that's going to be a problem trying to reproduce it, or, that it should be, or that what they're doing is they're taking it from the natural native areas without reproducing it. If you can reproduce it, bring it into a lab and tissue culture it, then all you're doing is cloning it, or you're bringing it in and raising, pollinating it, getting seed, reproducing it that way. That's not the illegal market. The illegal market is when somebody goes out into the rainforests and is plucking them out of the tops of trees and selling them for top dollar.
Oh, and the rainforest, not the Califorest.
Right.
All right, I have a $20 gift certificate to Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens and Nursery.
Great.
I want to put a bird bath in my yard.
Mm-hmm.
I want to videotape birds in the bird bath.
Mm-hmm.
And then I want to put a song on the video to accompany the visual.
Okay.
All I want from you is to recommend a song that would go perfectly with that video.
With butterflies and
And
I can think of butterflies, birds.
And you will get a $20 gift certificate. There's no wrong answer here.
That's right.
So all I need you to do is give me an idea for a song to put over my video, so that when I'm videotaping the birds in the bird bath, it has the song that you can hear.
Right.
Yeah.
There you go.
So you get a $20 gift certificate to Bob Wines. It's first come with the answer.
First come, first song.
622-9622. It'll be sitting here until you call.
There you go.
There you go.
And Bob Wine's gift certificates are for plant material only, not for chemicals, mulch materials, anything like that, but for plants. But you can buy some plants that would encourage birds and butterflies and everybody else into your landscape.
All right, we have somebody who wants to give me a recommendation. Come on, what do you think? What song should I put on the video?
Somewhere Over the Rainbow.
That's not a bad one. That's a good one. All right, who's this?
This is Grady.
Grady, you got a $20 gift certificate to Bob Wines.
Oh, thank you.
Somewhere to Rainbow. Okay, I like that idea.
Yeah.
It's a good idea. There were other callers, but I'll just take one.
That was the first one.
Yeah, first one, absolutely. So
if anybody else wants to give him a music thing, you're going to have to just message him or send him an email.
yeah. Of course, there's no prizes anymore.
No, but if you just don't want to think, if you see his video and you hear the song and you go, oh, look, see, it was my idea.
That was my idea, yes. Grady gets the $20 gift certificate. Oh, there you go.
But everybody stay cool if you're going out in the garden this week, mowing, anything. Try to do it early or do it, as that sun's starting to go down. Hydrate before and after, and watch caffeine and caffeinated beverages are not hydrating. They're actually just the opposite, can help dehydrate you. Watch alcohol.
Yeah, that might explain my headache.
Have that cold beer in the shower after you've mowed the grass. So that way it's just more refreshing that way.
Do you actually do this?
It's very refreshing.
Really?
But that's just some people. Some of us are a little strange that way. But stay. A little lemon in your water might be a little more refreshing. Just stay cool. Use an umbrella out there. Wear a hat. Wear your sunscreen, and watch out for mosquitoes.
Thank you for doing the show, Caroline. This is a highlight in my week, and I know that our listeners love this. And it's just. Oh, when I get up on Tuesday mornings, I say, "Oh, it's Tuesday. This is why."
Get to do the garden
This is why I like Tuesday. Wednesday.
There you go.
The full hour goes too quickly, though.
That's it.
Enjoy your new role over at Lowe's.
Thank you. I will.
And
it's all exciting.
They are lucky to have you. Thank you,
thank
Carolyn.
you.
And so are we. All right, we'll take a little break. Be right back.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Fox News Radio, I'm Pat O'Neill. A lot of key information fell through the cracks. That's what a new probe by French lawmakers finds about last year's Paris attacks that killed 147 people.
Talking about a cumbersome intelligence apparatus and communication breakdowns. One lawmaker saying France is trying to fight terrorism with lead boots. The lawmakers propose France simplifies things, creating a single national counter-terrorism agency.
Fox's Simon Owen. They're not celebrating, but Chicago officials say holiday weekend violence was down from previous years. Police Superintendent Eddie Johnson.
So we're making progress. It's not success yet, but this goes a long way, I think, to letting everybody know that we are focusing on the right individuals.
3 were killed in weekend shootings in Chicago, down from 10 last year, 16 in 2014. Police in Italy say a 40-year-old homeless man is a suspect in the death of an American college student whose body was found yesterday in a river in Rome. Fox News, we report, you decide.
Cold weather slows your battery down, but if it's hot enough to cook breakfast on your hood, your battery could be toast. So pick up a Napa Legend battery today, and you'll get a $15 rebate Visa card by mail. That's $15 back and a new battery. In case your old one gets fried, that's Napa Know-How. At participating Napa Auto Parts stores. Some exclusions apply. Offer expires 7/31/16.
I'm Rob Gronkowski. When the little voice in my stomach gets hungry, he doesn't just whisper. He yells, "We need all natural Alberto beef jerky." So next time the little voice in your stomach asks for a snack, grab the most delicious lean protein on the planet, Alberto beef jerky. Each package is loaded with savory cuts of lean beef. Listen to me and pick up some all-natural Alberto beef jerky.
Alberto beef jerky. You get out what you put in.
Refers to Alberto's all-natural line of beef jerkies. Minimally processed, no artificial ingredients.
Ad Council.
Today in Florida Ag News, I'm a Southeast AgNet. The U.S. Senate has announced a vote has been scheduled for this Wednesday afternoon on ending debate on the GMO labeling bill. The Senate already voted 68-29 to move ahead with the debate and the crucial procedural vote on the bipartisan GMO labeling bill, which is needed to preempt a patchwork of conflicting state laws with a national label of some kind. American Farm Bureau Executive Director Dale Moore says the bill is on a path forward.
That was stage setting, if you will, kind of an initial step in terms of setting the Senate procedural process in motion so that we'll see the Senate floor action relative to the GMO labeling legislation.
Now, the GMO labeling bill needs 60 votes for approval to end debate and head for final passage before moving to the House of Representatives. The cloture vote is scheduled for Wednesday afternoon, 3 o'clock Eastern Time, according to the Senate schedule.
Citrus growers, to ensure your trees get the nitrogen they need, listen to this message from Tessenderlo Curley Southeastern sales rep Ed Lowndes.
Ensure is a controlled release nitrogen form. It's 2800. 72% of that 28% nitrogen is controlled release nitrogen. So when you put it out in the citrus tree, you'll get 45 to 60 days extension of the uptake of the nitrogen from Ensure. Applications of Ensure will help the trees absorb the micronutrients that we're all trying to put out on our groves today. There's 3 pounds of nitrogen per gallon in Ensure. Our rates would be 1 gallon to 1.5 gallons per acre each time the grower sprays. This guarantees him uptake, helps the tree to absorb the nutrients that they're putting out, and gives the tree an extra boost in nitrogen.
Ask for the Ensure product by name. It's part of the Crop Vitality product line from Tessenderlo Curley.
Randall Wiseman, Southeast AgNet.
Attention passengers for Flight 1370. The plane has been delayed at its departure point and will be at least 2 hours late. We apologize for any inconvenience.
Are you serious? It took us over an hour to get here, 2 hours going through security and getting our tickets, and now we have to wait another 2 hours.
Yeah, it's beautiful here, but we're inside this overcrowded airport all day because the plane is stuck in bad weather.
This is the last time we ever do this. When we get back, we're going to Ocala Aviation and getting our pilot's license.
Yeah, we've been talking about that long enough. It's about time we did it. Then we could just fly ourselves and never have to deal with this mess again.
Right. No long lines, no full body groping security, no baggage checks.
Not to mention never losing your luggage.